And I apologize to all the English teachers in here for what I'm about to say, but when I was in high school English class, I never read a single one of the assigned books. Yeah, right? Yeah, thank you. That's why they make Spark Notes. But, while I wasn't reading my English assignments, I was reading almost every single book in the library. And the problem is that the books that I was handed in English class were written by rich white guys like 100 years earlier for other rich white guys who had no idea what it was like to be me in my house, in my school, in my world. And I was like, they hand me Old Man and the Sea, and I was like, yeah, what? I'm going to connect to this? Scarlet Letter? And I was, at this point in my life, I was actually a very strong reader because I was so confused by the world, right? Love my dad. My dad turns into a crazy man. What is going on, right? So that's why I was reading. I was reading to escape, right? Because that's why you read fantasy. And I was also reading to figure out what is this life thing, because my parents weren't telling me. But when it came to English class, I would try to read those books, and I just didn't connect. So I didn't think I was very smart as a result of all this, because I got really bad grades. But I got to community college, and one of the saving things in my life is that I'm really cheap, right? I hate to spend money. And the job I had when I was going to community college, we had moved again out to the country, and I was milking cows. Seriously, up at 3:30 in the morning, sometimes staying out all night, and then going to work at 3:30 in the morning, milking 100 cows and shoveling what comes out of the back end. Yeah, oh man. Oh, it was just not pleasant. But that's the only job I could get that was close to our house. But when I went to college, I would show up, and instead of sitting in the back row and falling asleep or having daydreams, I was sitting in the front row. And I became that person who used to irritate me, that person who, when I didn't understand something in class, for the first time in my life, I started to go, Miss, I didn't understand that. Can you please explain that again? Right? And the teacher would say something. If I didn't get it, I was like, no, sorry, I still don't have it. One more time, right? And then the kids in the back row, right, the ones who were acting like I used to act, they'd be like all, and I would turn around and I'd say, did you write the check for my tuition? No, I don't think you did. I wrote the check for my tuition. I shoveled cow shit to get here, right? So you're going to shut up because I need to learn this lesson because it cost me, and I had figured out to the penny how much each class period cost me. I wanted to get the most out of that education. And a funny thing happened. It turns out if you go to all of your classes, do your homework, and ask questions when you don't understand something, you can't help but get good grades. Like A's were showing up on my test. I'd never seen an A before. I didn't even know what that looked like because Anderson wasn't my name then. And like, instead of teachers doing the red thing and like getting so angry at my papers that they would rip it, that's always a bad sign. I was getting smiley faces from professors going, nice writing. See me later, I'd like to talk about your ideas. It was astounding. I had no idea I was capable of that. I did so well in community college that the people at Georgetown University threw a giant scholarship at me, right?